Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Prismata. Let's jump in the queue here and get in line, try to finish up. Oh yeah, I forgot to note we lost our 7-game win streak there, right? In that last game, couldn't quite bring it up to 8 games. That's too bad. It was against a guy I've never heard of. I don't know. There's not an easy way to find out what his rating was. Like maybe if I had just gone Tarsier Wall against him, you know, my superior experience would have shown through, perhaps. But I don't know. He seemed like he was doing a pretty good job at, like, he built ebb turbines, he clicked the ebb turbines, he built Tarsiers. So like I don't know. Those are all, he did all the right things there, and he was building engineers when it looked like I was going to cost him granularity. Overall, I'd say he did well. Where do I type cheat? Get out of here, but we'll chat. We don't need you. Alright, what's on TV? Matt Gambler versus Will So Handsome. So what's going on here? We're on turn 7 of a game with Flame Animus and Kinetic Driver as the main units of interest. Of course, I'm always interested in ossified drones, but they're not. Okay, great. I don't have to figure out how to commentate that. Playing against Rotund X Jera or something. We've played this person before. No extra units, and we're in base +8. First one in a long time. Alright, what's going on here? We're player 1. Looks very green. Ebb turbine is super important. Oof. I think we're just gonna go with 2 drones. I'd like to probably... No. There's not any super compelling reason to get the blue out real early. Are we gonna get a Steel Forge? I don't think we're going high econ. There's like a fair bit of kind of rushy stuff here. I'm still not sure what the idea is here. I think that Redeemer is pretty good, but it's a unit that's generally better for player 2. Because they can get out the early conduit into Blast Forge pretty conveniently. So I need to have a plan to deal with that. And I'm not sure what it is. Rectifiers? Like, there's a lot of freeze. You can get Ice Blades and Nevos, but that doesn't really seem to threaten anything in particular. I think I just want to Blast Forge as my next tech building, get an Ebb Turbine, and a Conduit. And like try to play blue-green, but my opponent's gonna have an advantage over me in that. Well, on the other hand though, if they do rush out the Redeemer, they won't be able to build the Ebb Turbine, right? So maybe I can do something like this. Get an Ebb Turbine while building up some green, and then go with an early Redeemer. Ebb Turbine is 6. I'll have 5 left. I could build a drone. Yeah. Redeemers are a great unit to like kind of rush into. Whoa, really? It's red. Not getting blue. That surprises me. Do I want to get some different tech here? God, I'm thinking of turning off the setting where when you hover a unit, it gives you the info panel, and you have to go like this to get the info panel. So I could get a second green or a second blue here somewhat comfortably. That would allow me... Because, like, okay, what's he doing with green-red? Scorches, right? That's kind of a cool counter to the Redeemer because he can build... If he builds a Scorch now, or 2 Scorches, right? My Redeemer will have its Gauss charges coming in at the same time as his Scorches. So that's not great. But I can just delay a turn, I think, on the Redeemer. If he does follow through with the Scorches, I'll wait a turn before I build my Redeemer. In which case, I don't super mind just getting a few more drones. Yeah, I expect the 2 Scorches here, which are going to make the Redeemer look bad. Right, fine, but I don't have to build it. I could... Well, there's not a lot I want to do instead, is there? I could get a Rectifier up. I could do this first. I really don't like this coming in with the Scorches, though. Just pick up a Rectifier. And get a Steel Splitter? Or another Ebb Turbine? Neither of those feels great. And I predict he'll get a Redeemer... Ugh, he's getting a Redeemer next, isn't he? This is awful. I don't like this at all. God, I can't get an Animus. Which I don't really want Animus. This just feels bad. Maybe what I need is another Conduit, but then I'm not spending my blue. Ugh. Okay, so maybe what I have to do is say, you know what? Fine. Build your stupid Scorches. And I'll just have to figure out some way to do something about them, right? I'll have to find a way to defend against all these Gauss charges. Can I do that? Maybe with enough green, I can build force fields. Yeah, you're building Tarsiers too. I get it. Let's probably build another Blast Forge here, and a Doom Drone. Actually, we could build another Conduit as well. Kind of make it possible to build multiple walls against these Gauss charges that are bearing down on us. So how much is he really attacking for? 6, 8, plus another 6 is 14, right? I could build 2 walls. He's going to attack for, let's say, a couple more, in fact. Oh god, he's going to build a Redeemer. Oh man, I'm so dead! Okay, well... He's going to, like, oh geez, throw in Nevo charges? This is horrible. Alright, so maybe I don't want this Redeemer. Maybe I need, like, a Mahar Rectifier and, like... a Steel Splitter. And a Doom Drone. I think I'm gonna be super, super dead when this big turn hits. Yeah. There's the Nevo charges. And, like, what am I doing against all of this, right? Like... Oh, he actually is freezing for, what, 8? So 18, no, 23. This is what I have to do to not get breached. On the other hand, if I do this, he's not really doing anything. Oh, I guess I can do this, right? He doesn't have any attackers after this, and so maybe my Rectifier and Redeemer can start doing stuff soon. I'm not optimistic, of course. No, I think we want the Doom Drone. He's going to be way ahead in drones. But we have a decent absorber. We have a fair amount of actual attack per turn. Kind of. I guess not really. It's not really all that much. I knew that this counter was gonna come with the Scorches, but I couldn't find a way to build anything else. I don't know. I needed to plan something totally different, anticipating the Scorches, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. I think that we're in really bad shape here. But maybe we haven't lost yet. Wait, he should... No, I guess... Yeah, we get to keep the Steel Splitter. Okay, well... Well, you don't keep back the drone. You might keep back a Doom drone or something. So if I do this... Actually, I don't even need to attack the Steel Splitter. He's just losing 2 walls here. What exactly can I do next? If I build another Redeemer, it's going to come in with the Scorches again. Oh, that's so gross. I mean, I guess I'm just building Steel Splitters here. But all I'm really making him do is lose a wall. And he can build walls for quite a long time. Could I conceivably build another Redeemer at this point? It doesn't seem likely. Yeah, he has plenty of everything here, huh? Yeah, even if I can somehow breach him before the next Scorch hit, he's gonna... When it comes, I'll just be dead. Alright, so let's get out of here. Let's not waste this time. Ugh. So, on the one hand, I would rather have been player 2 in this game. As I said, the Redeemer is a good unit for player 2 and it's sort of hard for player 1 to deal with it. But I did not see the Scorch synergy coming. I mean, when my opponent put down the Animus, I believe is when I was like, oh yeah, geez, the Scorches are going to mean I can't build a Redeemer. But, you know, what was I going to do? But my point is, if I had been player 2, I think I might well have lost also. Because I wouldn't have seen the Scorches coming. I should, right? When they're there, it's like, hey, you know, Scorches are a good first attacker. I think I mentioned to you guys, I used to, you know, when I first played like 3 years ago, Scorches were quite a different unit. They still had the same 3-turn exhaust, but they didn't have a build time of 3. And their cost was 7 green-red? They didn't have cost 2 green, did they? I don't think so, because you used to go like Conduit and then Animus and then 2 Scorches as your rush opening. So I think it must have been 7 green-red. And so they were great like burst attackers to apply a lot of early pressure right away. Now they're not that. They're a way like they're great. Well, that was the Scorch rush anyway, and you would more often sink them because it doesn't cost you much tempo to sink them. Now they're sort of just a good first attacker to sync up with your Tarsiers or whatever next turn. And on this set, even better because they can sync up with your opponent's Redeemer. So anyway, when I see it here, I should always think about, you know, is it worth dipping into red just for Scorches? Because you do get like some pretty efficient attack that way. I feel like, I don't know. My opponent's blue, he got it later than he would have liked. Actually, he never did get that Ebb Turbine, huh? Interesting. It feels like Ebb Turbine is like always good. But here he just had so many other things to do, and it was more important to threaten, you know, to stop me from getting this Redeemer. And I don't know what I was supposed to do instead. Like, just seems so horrible. I don't know. I'm not a good enough player to figure out what I was supposed to do in this set. Let's get another one in there. Is this the same game? No, just one of the same players. Garbanzo. Readings. Okay, red. We have a lot of red here. Red defenders again. I love these sets. And like, not much else? Can you go mono red here? It seems like blue is probably worth getting. On the other hand, this lets you get green as well. And the Steel Forge is a blue sync, so you could like start, well, but it competes with Ossified Drone to convert your drones, right? I think my opponent might not be here. There was a little waiting for so-and-so thing, and now he's not doing anything. Just too bad. I was looking forward to playing this set. 10 games in a row, not bad. So I don't know. I think you might prefer to like go red first and then sneak in a Blast Forge when you can, like probably on the turn that you buy your first Ossified Drone, you'll have some resources floating to let you squeeze in a Blast Forge. Then you can like build wall. I don't know, but I'd rather just have another Animus, honestly. So you start with Tarsiers and then like pick up Gaussites, and then your next Animus gets you a Corpus or something. I don't know. Hello? Can I just not do any? Like, he's out of time. Okay, we win. Well, what an outstandingly well-played game that was, huh? I'm very proud of myself for that win. Alright, what's going on here? Vanitas Cabal versus Iapetus? Not sure if that's in a capital I or a lowercase l. And what are they doing here? They're just starting. It's looking very green with some... Seems like you're gonna get Arca eventually, right? Ooh, Plasma Fire. That's gonna be scary. Yeah, I think that's the right idea, actually, is... This guy's trying to get an early Gauss Fabricator, which doesn't really seem that great. And the Plasma Fire is applying pressure to take advantage of the very low tempo of the Gauss Fabricator. What's he doing with his second blue? Is he going to build a Deadeye? That doesn't seem very good here. Oh, I see. It was to compensate for the Blast Forge? Wait. This guy, it wasn't timing out, was it? Why did you snipe the Blast Forge? I don't think you mind if your opponent wants to build a Deadeye or if they want to build 2 walls per turn or something. I would have rather continued to have the attack. This second Plasma Fire is scary for both players. If you can breach and kill a bunch of drones, like, that's great, but actually, you know, you have to do it really fast, or the Gauss cannons are going to be too much for your Plasma Fires to chew through. Yeah, I mean, I think this, if you build the third Plasma Fire, you probably can get through, but you'll be out of drones. And then you might just lose anyway. Alright, so this looks like Flame Animus into Ice Blades? Question mark? Tantalum Ray is really good, generally. But it doesn't fit with all the tech here. So I think that's the idea, is like get red-blue to get you Ice Blades. If you could get up to 14 drones with 2 Flame Animuses in play, that would be great. Don't know if I can manage that, but I'd like to, because then you know, of course, you can build 2 Ice Blades per turn. which is looking like the best way to spend your resources in this set. We're at 10 right now. It's gonna be... We're not gonna get there right away, I can tell you that much. My opponent might. But we don't necessarily... Well... Actually, now I can build 7... One Ice Blade, and I'll still have... I'll have no tech left after that, right? I don't really want an Ice Blade yet. I kind of want a wall. But then what am I doing with my red? Nothing, right? Should I try to get any green? Maybe I could cut this and like build an attacker or something. Yeah, but then I'm not getting more drones. What if I did something a bit silly like this? No. So maybe next turn I can build like... The key attack number is 6, I think, because you want... Oh, that's right, I need another Blast Forge in order to build multiple Ice Blades, right? Yeah, of course. You don't get 2 blue per Blast Forge. So maybe I can build like Blast Forge Ice Blade next turn, but then I don't have enough drones to keep doing that. So maybe that's not quite good. Maybe I'll do this, and then next turn I'll have a red and a blue. I can build like a wall and a rhino and a Blast Forge. No, I don't want... Ugh. This red sucks. I just don't have enough drones, and I think it's going to be pretty convenient for my opponent to get the right number of drones. He can build like Blast Forge. No, he'll be up to 13. Like, okay, obviously you want to spend your red on Tarsiers generally, but with Ice Blades it's pretty dangerous. I don't really want to build like Tarsier, Blast Forge, wall. Although I could. But if I do that, I'm way short on drones. Maybe this should be a Steel Splitter. I can't. Build a Steel Splitter here. Next turn I can build an Ice Blade and some drones. And then after that try to get... Maybe I can't get to 2 Ice Blades per turn just yet. Maybe that's the idea. This way it's hard for him to build a second Flame Animus as well. Because I'm threatening more attack. On the other hand, it gives him plenty of time to get to 14 drones, so... I don't know. Now I can build 1 per turn, I guess that's something, and keep droning behind. I can't... I can build another Blast Forge, but I can't really spend this tech on 11 drones. So something like this, I guess. Or maybe I could, like... No. We're just gonna build Ice Blades. Hope for the best. Yeah, he can build 2 Ice Blades once, but he's only got 13 drones, so he can't do it for long. And if he does, he won't be able to replace this wall. Obviously this freeze does nothing, but... Should I do this? I could get another Blast Forge. I have 13 drones. I could like Ice Blade plus Flame Animus next turn. It's gonna take a long time for that to pay off. I might be better off just building engineers to defend. while I build 1 Ice Blade per turn, and he can't actually get 2 for quite a while. Oh, I see. Next turn he'll build another drone, and then he doesn't have 2 red next turn. And then after that, he'll be able to build 2 Ice Blades per turn. So I really need to prioritize getting up to 6 attack. Problem, if I'm building Ice Blades, then... Oh god, this looks so dumb. If I'm building Ice Blades, I'm not actually going to get to 6 attack very quickly. This way, I can threaten to get to 6 attack next turn and kill one of his Ice Blades. And I have enough drones. I don't know. This feels very incoherent. Incohesive. Both of those things. I think my opponent's build is working out a lot better. But I'm not sure what I was supposed to do. You should get another drone, right? You can't build this engineer. Or maybe you can't build this wall, I'm not sure which. I guess you can't cut the engineer, you have to cut more than that. Okay, so he's not building 2 Ice Blades. Oh, I see. You could just float it, and then you can have 2 turns of building it even on just 13 drones. That's an idea. So he has, what, 4 attack. If I do this, he actually can indeed breach to kill the Steel Splitter. So maybe I can do this. This is only 3 freeze at worst. Maybe these 2 drones I built last turn were... Oh, did I build 2 drones last turn? I don't think I did. So he's freezing Rhino, NG. Meaning I have to lose... Oh, actually, I guess he's freezing the Steel Splitter? Meaning I have to lose these 3 and soak onto Rhino? Yeah. But I can kill an Ice Blade, and he can't, so that's cool. But he can just, like, be replacing Ice Blades, right? Is it going to be a winning proposition for me to continue to kill Ice Blades, or should I try to breach him and get to his drones? Ah, he can't build 2 Ice Blades next turn because he had to hold a drone. So I could do this, kill wall, NG, drone, or I could kill an Ice Blade. He has 6 freeze, which is really like 4. That means this is defending. Yeah. No, he could freeze 5, right? Wall, Rhino, and then I have to lose everything. I don't feel good about killing his Ice Blade. He's only actually got 3 damage, right? So wait a minute, maybe he... No, he's got 5, the Flame Animus. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm helping him or hurting him by killing his 2 Ice Blades. I think he probably doesn't like it. Shouldn't you freeze the Rhino? I guess this way he kills the Rhino. But I lose fewer drones. I don't know. I definitely feel like I'm behind. On the other hand, if he does this, I can actually breach, kill his walls. And the drones he's holding. Oh no, I can't. What am I thinking? Oh yeah, I can. He has 9 and I have 8. If I freeze one, he only has 8, and then that's it, right? Ooh, blood pacts. I should have been doing this instead of holding drones. What was I thinking? I forgot it existed, is what I was thinking. Instead of holding the 2 drones, a blood pact would have been way better. So he can freeze wall NG is all he can do here. He'll be attacking for 5 and I'll have 6. Actually, hang on, maybe I should actually build that blood pact. That lets him get up to 6 attack, which is not great, but I don't know. He doesn't really want to kill my Ice Blade anyway, I don't think. This defends as well. But it doesn't really feel like I'm making progress. I mean, I guess I could do this, but the attack doesn't do anything this way. This way I threaten to get to his drones. But I'm not defending, am I? Because I needed to kill the Ice Blade in order to prevent to take away 1 damage for that to defend. Four, 5, 6 damage. I'm not really killing much of anything if I actually attack him, so I think I have to do this. Which means I don't need the drone. But he's just getting way more progress than I am. I think he really doesn't want to kill my Ice Blade. I think he just wants to kill my defenses and get to my drones. Does he not know you can shift-click Ice Blades? So, like, great, I can kill another Ice Blade, but I'm moving backwards here, aren't I? He's getting more stuff than I am. He can freeze 6 this time. So, like, I'm defended right now. But, like, how am I gonna win? Ever. Right? He just has more stuff. I could build more tech, but it's sort of, like, too late for that to help. I could build some auric impulses and then, like, build more tech with it, but what's the point, right? I don't want drones. I could do this. Then I could build, like, wall plus whatever else I was doing. Wall Ice Blade every turn. That's not exactly progress. Oh, I should have held a Steel Splitter. The attack didn't do anything, did it? Was I... Oh, it did. I needed all 6 attack. I couldn't remember how much I had attacked for. No, it didn't. I could have held one. And then he would have killed 1 less unit because I would have absorbed more. Blech. So he can actually freeze here for like 8. I need to defend a lot here. There we go. Get another Flame Animus. That'll show him. I'm not feeling very good about where this is going. That doesn't seem like the right freeze. Yeah, I mean, he's just doing a lot more damage. I don't know. I feel like I'm losing here, but I don't know. It's the kind of game where I don't know that I can trust my own assessment. Like, maybe I'm doing okay here. It doesn't seem that way, but he's actually out of Ice Blades. So that's something interesting to note. I don't know. Are you ever winning a game when your opponent piles out the Ice Blades against you? You know, the signs point to no, I guess. Because he can just build more stuff here. God, he's freezing my Grimbotch. This is the grossest thing in the world. I need an Ice Blade next turn just to freeze his Grimbotch, even if, like, it means I'm not doing anything else. And he has how much? He has actually 5 Ice Blades. That's 6, 8 freeze. So he's just murdering me, right? Looks that way. Yeah. I guess it's probably time to give up, huh? What advantage do I have? I don't have any advantage. He's ahead of me in everything except Steel Splitters. You know, great. I can do this, but alright, see ya. Just like everything about this one felt bad. I was a little too low economy and too early with the first Ice Blade. And I was never really able to follow up with more Ice Blades. I also misdefended by holding drones when I think Blood Pact would have been better, but I think it was too late at that point. So what could I have done to improve the opening? Like, okay, so cutting a drone for Blast Forge seems kind of related to the problem of having not enough economy, right? Maybe I should have just waited a turn. But notice my opponent was able to actually cut drone for Blast Forge and still get things going. He's player 2, which means his builds are slightly different. But I don't think I'm not trying to say like, oh, this is a player 2 set. I was doomed from the beginning. It just like, ugh. His one extra drone that he started with made it a little easier to catch up from having cut a drone. I don't know, like, I don't know how to play Ice Blades, really. Like, let's analyze and, like, see what happens if I try to go just like this. Well, just, he's not doing anything. And what exactly? Flame Animus wall drone next turn or something? And now I'm up to 14 and I can start building double Ice Blades. I'm not sure because I was skipping my opponent's turns, like what exactly this wall is doing, but it's probably doing something. I'll want a wall eventually. And this way I can get to 14 drones and have the tech come in at about the right time. So that's interesting. So let's imagine that I had gotten to turn 5 with all of this stuff, right? I have 14 drones, 1 Flame Animus is coming in on 6 and 7, and I have a wall. So let's see how that does against what my opponent had at the end of turn 4. So he's just built this, right? Which, wow. The turn 5 that I had in the game looks so much worse, doesn't it? Like, the Ice Blade that's coming in is not really doing anything. I don't have enough tech. If we give me 1 extra drone, wall instead of Ice Blade, another Blast Forge, and another Flame Animus coming in instead of this useless Steel Splitter, that seems way better. My opponent can still get the first Ice Blade if he wants it, because his Flame Animus comes in before mine. But I'll be the first one to get 2 Ice Blades per turn. Well, yeah, because I'll get my first Ice Blade on 6. Along with Steel Splitter, maybe? And then I can start playing double Ice Blade every turn. So I think that this, like, that opening would have worked out a lot better. And this is a case of not really thinking through the opening to realize, like, look, I want to get 14 drones. There's not anything that I really, really want to rush out with this Flame Animus, like there sometimes is. And so cutting a drone to get a Blast Forge on turn 2 is a common thing to do with Flame Animus, but you need to actually have a reason to want red on turn 5, which I didn't have here. Right, like I built an Ice Blade, but I wasn't really ready to start building attackers yet, and so the whole thing didn't really work. Would that alternate build have won? I don't know, but it certainly would have felt a lot better. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.